So continuation, yesterday we discussed about VPC and IP address, right? What are the key components to create a VPC? Okay. Yes. Okay. Security group, network, gateway, internet gateway. Okay. Good morning. So am I audible to online people? Okay. Okay. Thank you. And security group. These are the 5 key components to create a infrastructure of a project or a company on the AWS cloud. So because of this only, we can able to access the console itself of the AWS console and again our project, right? Okay. So basically yesterday we created one server. Inside the server, I just deployed one static website. Static website means whenever you opening any website, okay, so you just opening like this here www something.com and automatically the page is opening to you, right? So this page, is called static. Okay, static page we can call it as front end. Okay, full stack developers also do work on this, so they will connect this static to the back end of the configuration. So whenever a server we deploy it with an application, so it is having two parts. One is web hosting. Okay. Second one is where code is relaying. Here it will reach to the code, a request from a user from us, and then it is going to talk with the front end. So whatever the information here, it has to fetch with the backend. So the backend is going to fetch with the two things. One is DB. So what is DB? Database. Database is a key part to hold your information about your project or your application. Nineteen. Yep. Okay. So database, it is going to hold your information about your application, user information, passwords, everything. Okay. And we do have another one called storage. Okay. So here I will call it as storage. Instead of this, let me draw with this. I'm just drawing it as a sample. So this is a website called any government website. Okay. Whenever you're logging into any government website, it is going to ask upload your Aadhaar card identity, PAN card, and register your username, password. Whenever you again logging into it, it is going to give you two options. One is register, one is login. So that is front one. Okay. Inside this, whenever you're logging in, it is going to talk with the first front end in your server. Okay. Here will be the code. So whenever this code is talking with this, your browser and your inputs it is taking, right? So that is going to be talk with the backend. Here it is DB and it is storage. Whenever you upload pictures, files, anything, it is going to store in storage. Okay. It is going to store in storage. Then your information is going to store in DB. This is an architecture of application. Application will work like this only. Okay. Yesterday we only deployed this on our VPC with the server, right? So what about these two parts? Okay. Let's try to create these two also. But so this is I'm going to cover because I want to show you how it is in an application. Then what are all the services required in the backend, and we are going to apply DevOps method on this application. Okay, first you need to understand the base of the application, how it is working, the structure, connection. Once you get to know, so you will also able to know that, see, now you know about storage and DB. Application need storage and DB. In between, lot of things are going to involve. We have different types, monolithic, microservices, like this. Okay, Angular, single solution portals. So like this, I'll tell you all one by one. But first, so this is an application architecture, sample one. You can also call it as two-tier architecture, two-tier application. Whenever a developer write any code, we are not going to write any code. We are not going to give any contribution in the code, guys. I'm telling you. But whenever a guy written code in Python or Java, in Node, or whatever the language, .NET, okay, he's going to keep some properties and connection strings, okay, in the code. If it is a Java, it is pom.xml, we call it as. If it is a Python, config.py, we call it as, okay, configuration file, okay. So inside this configuration file, he will going to provide a strings, okay, strings. Specifically in this file is going to provide strings regarding this database, regarding this storage, and other things also are going to involve, okay, in our upcoming classes. So those things is going to mention here and is going to give it to us. Hey, I have done my code and deploy in the server. Okay, we need to do pipeline, or with command lines we have to deploy in the server. Once it is deployed, our responsibility to make it browsing on the Chrome or Bing. Okay. Once it is running on the server, it has to connect to the DB. It has to connect to the storage. If not, our work is to check why it is not connecting. So as it is creating on the cloud, right? So we need to check why it is not connecting. What is the connection between these things? How it is going to apply in the front end side? How the front end is going to talk with the back end? If every connection is fine, you can just say to developer, every configuration is fine. I think there might be an issue with your code. Just please check it. Okay. So whatever I mentioned here, we are going to build this application with the tools like Maven, MS Build. After inside the Jenkins, we are going to build. But right now we are not going to build anything. We're just going to take a sample code, directly connecting and directly looking the application. So this is how I'm planning today. Okay. First, let me create VPC along with the other components. All of you understand the use case of the application, right? Application DB, storage. Now let me create VPC. For that, I would like to switch to the Mumbai region. Let me create VPC. Yesterday, we created VPC and more automatically. Now let's go creating manually each component. VPC only. I'll try to give 10.10.0.0/16. Oh, name. Okay. So it is asking name of my VPC. So my app, I'll call it as, okay. And then I'm giving this IP address to this VPC, and it is going to create. If I click on, yes, VPC is created. Now I have to create subnet. These subnets are default subnets. Okay. See, ABZ1, ABZ2, ABZ3. These are the default subnet. Default subnet is equal to SSS. Now I would like to create my own subnet for my project VPC. So this is my VPC, my app, and I'm going to give a name, my app sub, public sub. Preferences, I would like to go with AP South 1A, first data center, and I would like to give IP address, just taking 16 of my VPC, 10.10.1.0/24. 256 I can create. Okay, I'm going to create it. So my subnet is created under my VPC. Now I would like to create internet gateway. Here a internet gateway. Create an internet gateway. I'll call it as IZW, internet gateway. Just create it, and it has to attach to the VPC. Attach to a VPC. Which VPC? My app VPC. That's it. Can attach it. Now I would like to create routing table. Let's create a route table. So whenever you create, automatically it is going to create one route table with your VPC. Here you can see my app is there. Okay, my app is there. Whenever you create VPC or subnet, automatically one route table will going to create. So that is called main route table. If not, you can also create and attach it. To identify this, let me rename this. My app RT, route table. Okay. Now I have created these components. I have to give the connections to it first. So internet gateway I have attached to the VPC. Let me open that. Not having. So this is the structure. Yesterday we created a diagram, right? So first we created internet gateway, VPC, subnet, and everything, route table also. Now the connections matter. First, I have given this connection. Now I have to give these two connections. Yesterday it is automatically done. Now we are doing manually. Now I have to go to route table. This is my route table. Come down in the routes. So whatever the routes you are giving inside this routes, edit routes. Okay. So if you see diagram, the route table is connected to the subnet. The route table is connected to the internet gateway. Okay. Right side and upside. I have to give first add route 0.0.0 with internet gateway. So automatically internet gateway came here. Okay. Now, so 0.0.0/16 is local, which is VPC. Now I would like to add one more 10.10.1.0/24. Okay. No. Wait. So let me remove this first, save this. Okay. After this route, I have a separate section called subnet association. In this, I have to associate subnet, edit subnet, but already the subnet is downside, which is explicitly associated, but I would like to add this subnet here to get the traffic. That's it. Okay. Now let me go to EC2. Create my EC2. Now guide me to create the EC2. Okay. I would like to select Ubuntu or Red Hat. In production, only Ubuntu or Red Hat is recommended, not Linux. Okay, in companies, Ubuntu, Red Hat, okay, SUSE or CentOS, those things are recommended. Linux is only for practice purpose or for your testing purpose. Make an habit to work on only Ubuntu, okay? Ubuntu or Red Hat, anything is fine. Now I would like to go with T2.micro or T2 medium. If you take T2 medium, it's a bit fast. Let me select PEM file and then my VPC, and I have public subnet automatically, right? Which is one data center. Now auto assigning public IP, I want to enable it because I want to be connect to the front end, first front end. So without public IP address, I cannot. Private will not have internet access. If I disable this, I can't get public IP address. Now, let me write down my security group as my app only. Let me give all traffic and anywhere. Okay. Launch instance. Now my instance is running and it is still initializing. You have to get 2 by 2. Then it is fully ready. But now also it is ready, but inside the operating system still initializing, but you can able to connect and you can able to do your things. So connect, copy this, open your CMD. Okay, open your CMD. Go to my path. I have connected to my server now. Sudo. So, okay. Right now I have created first web server. This server I have created. I'm called as web server, technical name. Okay. Where my application is running. Web server. We call it as web server. Web servers are always in public subnet, public area, where all users can reach out to the application. Okay. The next one, DB and storage. So we are going to cover again these classes. What is database? What is storage also? What type of storages we have in the AWS and how it is going to useful in the company. But right now, among all of those, I'm just taking one use case and I'm showing here. Okay. Don't be confused. I'll teach again these things because we are going to again do the things on DevOps. Okay. So that's why I'm telling everything is going to repeat. Everything is connected already. So in this database, inside the AWS, we have RDS, Relational Database Services. So database like, you might heard the names, MySQL, right? MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, Oracle. Like this, we have a many databases, RDS databases. Let me come here and go to database section. So database section, we call it as RDS. Okay. Click on this new, and this is my Amazon RDS where you can create your databases. Okay. Create a database. It is asking me to create a standard or easy to create, and which one you want to go with databases. So these are the popular databases in the market. Okay. Many people are going same in the Amapet and learning MySQL, right? See, MySQL database here. The data, your data, application data is going to store here, MySQL database. So let me also go with MySQL, but in the market, the best database is PostgreSQL. Okay. PostgreSQL is a very compatible and very highly reliable database comparing with all other, and MongoDB also. So this is my MySQL database. Let me come down. Let me come down, and if you see templates, here he's giving an options. Hey, where do you want to use this database? Your practice purpose, or you are a developer or tester, you want to test it, or you are running real in application in the production. Okay. So just I want to go with the free tier because we are doing class. Now I would like to address this database with a name. I'll call it as my app. Okay. Again, my app DB or my app. So it is asking a username, password. So I'll give admin as a username, password as the my password only. If I come down, it is having 2 CPU, 1 GB RAM. Database also is a server again, but it is having a database operating system inside, MySQL database operating system. So this is also going to be a server like Ubuntu. Instead of Ubuntu, here SQL operating system is running. Okay. Now I'm allocating 20 GB to this server. Storage auto scaling. I don't want to scale up right now because I'm doing test. And connectivity. So whenever you create any database, okay, in your company also, don't be confused. In your company also, whenever a database is created and it is using, it should connect via a client operating system. Okay, client operating system. Client operating system in the sense, in your mobile, you have a Netflix application. So that is client application. That is not master. So that is going to connect with your master Netflix application, which is running inside the server, like in our AWS. Okay. Like this, to this DB also, if we want to connect, we have to, in our laptop, we have to go with few tools. Okay. Called as Workbench or SSMS. Okay. Microsoft Studio, SQL Studio. Okay. With this tool, we can able to connect to these DBs and we can do our configurations. Okay. Like this, it is going to. But now in the AWS, my application wants to connect to the database. Now I don't want to connect. My application wants to connect. So how my application go and write into it? So I have to use the same web server as a client to it. Okay. Whatever the web server I given here, I have to use it client to this database. Now let me come here and use it. Here it is asking connectivity. If you see, you don't want to connect EC2 compute resource, or you would like to connect EC2 compute resource. I would like to connect EC2 compute resource and refresh. Let me select VPC. VPC is took as default one. Select my app VPC. Where it is? This one is a my app VPC. Okay. And public access, yes, no. If we go, it is in private subnet. If we give yes, it is going to expose to the public also. Okay. Now, if I give this one IPv4 and private VPC, connect to it, it has to select my app. Now, I would like to connect with this. And if you come down, the public access, no. No, it is in private completely. I can't able to access from outside. Whatever you do, okay, you can't able to. We'll try to access it also and we'll see. Okay. Now, if you can see, it is in completely private, no public access. If you provide public access, it is going to exposed. Come down, DB subnet, automatically create a subnet for this DB. Automatically create a private subnet for this DB, because previously I was not created, right? If you created also, I'm giving certain permissions here. So go with this automatic setup, and in security group firewall, I have already created my app security, right? Now, availability zone, it is going to take 1A data center. Password authentication, yes, I would like to authenticate my DB with password. Additional configuration, I don't want any automatic backups, no encryption, no maintenance. Okay, let me create this database. It is going to take 1 or 2 minutes of time to ready. Now my SQL database is creating. Understanding, right? Why I am creating database? Why I am creating database? To know the information of application users. Okay. We are just going with the users, but regarding application, many things are there. Many things. See, itself we are configuring this all, right? In AWS, this option, this database, the name, whatever we're giving. Amazon also using database to store this all information. This is a high level picture first. First you understand, then the inside this, whatever the services all will go through one by one class. Okay. Once you understand few classes, I'll show one project like this. I'll show one project. So then you can able to clear a very better clarity on it. You created branches. Okay. CMD. Okay. Branches for Git. Okay. You have cloned the Git and the same repository you created branches, and you would like to see the files. You have to check out to the branch. Did it Git checkout and branch name? You created branch, right? You means you created another room, but you would like to see the what inside the room. So outside you can't see. Once you checking in, then you can able to see, right? The same thing. You have to check out inside that branch. Then give branch name. Yeah, give it. And in CMD, LS will not going to work. So you have to give dir. If you want, huh? No, not mkdir. Mkdir is going to create the folder. Okay. dir is only going to list the things in Windows. In Linux, it is ls. But here, ls will not work in your Windows laptop. So if you want to work that, you have to add Linux extensions. I'll tell you those while we're going with the Git, okay? But now you can give dir. Now my database is available, okay? If I click on this, it is going to work on this endpoint. Endpoint in the sense, this is the point where a user can enter into it. And this is going to work on 3306 port number, okay? Now I would like to connect to this database and let me configure few. Before that, let me open my code. This is my Git. Here you can see AWS live project. I have this code, okay? So this is code written in Python. Just we have to connect with the front end to the back end, how it is going to work. So whatever the sample I have shown the structure, okay? Now let me go to my server. This is my server. First, let me update these packages. apt update. Let it be. And inside this VPC, if I go with subnets, I have to see database subnets separately, right? Okay. You can see RDS PVT subnet automatically created. Did I created it? We only went and created the database. Automatically it is created, which is private database. Did I give a name? Automatically took private. Okay, because no public access to it. If you see route table also, RDS private RT automatically took the connections is already going to connect with it. Okay. Let me log into this. Let's install client. To install a client, I have to go with this, or if this is not going to work, I'm installing a package for MySQL client. Okay. I have to connect to the DB, right? So I need a client. As I said, I need a client to connect to it. It is not going to allow you directly. MySQL -h. Now I want to talk with MySQL DB. -h is the address. So what is the address? So this is the address. Okay. And username. What is the username? Admin. And password. What is the password? My password. That's it. If you see, I directly switched out to Ubuntu to MySQL. Okay. So this is MySQL DB. We are not going to do this is everyone. This is going to done by developer only. But why I am showing here, you have to understand the structure. Again, I'm telling you. Okay. Let me create a database to store the information of an application. Okay. And I'll show you the application also. Create database. Employee. So this application is for employee or student information storage. I'm creating database employee inside this MySQL. The query is okay and it is created in just 0.0 seconds. Okay. Now I want to use this database. Employee. So if I give this command, right now I can work on this database. So what happens inside this database whenever you do like this? So inside this database, there will be a DBs, database server. The outer line is database server. Inside is database. Inside the database, we have tables. Okay. Every application is going to store here inside the database, inside the table. Database server, database. Inside the database, we have a tables. All your information, even though in your WhatsApp, those messages are going to store here. Okay, here. Now, let me come to it. And I would like to write something. Whenever you are visiting an application site, your information is not there. Your information has to be stored, right? So I have to provide, hey, this guy is coming. So this is the information I have to keep inside the database. I have to tell to the database. Database will not understand. So I have to create a table. So I have already written here a table, use database and create table. What I'm telling, create a table if an employee doesn't exist inside this application. Create with employee ID, create with first name, create with last name, primary skill, location. Okay, this is the basic information I'm providing now. Let paste it. Okay, and enter. The DB is created. Okay, let's see. Any information is came into it. No information, empty set. No one had not accessed the application. How come this is going to have a information, right? So let it be this connection like this server, and let me go and install application inside the server. For that, I need to create storage account, right? So you're going to upload your photos. Your photos has to be stored, right? Where it is going to store? Database is not having the capacity to store the files like unstructured data. Database is a structured data. Unstructured data in the sense last PNG, JPJ, Word files. These are the unstructured data. Okay. So this unstructured data should be go and store in the storage. Let me create a storage. Inside the AWS, we have S3. Okay. We are going to cover one class or two classes in S3 only. Okay. How a developer will use this S3 in the AWS to test is first static application to expose everything. Okay. So leave it to me for this 10 minutes about this. I will going to discuss about the S3 also. Now I would like to create this storage in my same region, Mumbai region, and I would like to access on the public. So I'm not going to give restrictions. Enable and just, yeah. So I would like to give a name to it. A name is my employee app 2023 bucket, just a sample name. This name should be unique all the AWS accounts all over the world. If it is anywhere duplicated, it is not going to create. Okay. Create it. Now it has created. If I come to buckets, so this is my bucket right now. Okay. My storage account is created. That's it. Now let me go. Let me go and take my application. Before that, let me run some dependencies inside the server. You can just access this link and try your practice also. Same thing. Let me go here and let me keep it side by side. I have installed this MySQL client. Let me install Python in this server. Let me quit from the SQL and I'm bounce back to the Ubuntu. Python is already installed with it. Let me install a Flask library. And install MySQL. Python should connect with SQL. And Boto3. Okay. Now I have done. Let me do it. Let me do it like this. This code, whatever the code here, okay. If you can see, let me go through this code. I have Python script, which is written by a developer. Okay. That developer me. Okay. And now here, what information is there? The information is there. This is a database where user information can store inside the database and pictures. Where it has to connect to the DB. Okay, with username, password, and storage. So this is config.py. In every application, this is going to maintain by a developer. Sometimes if it is not working, we have to come this file and we have to check this strings. This connection we call it as strings. Connection strings technically. Let me download this code into my server. We are doing it manually, but in DevOps, we are going to do automate. So I have downloaded this code. Okay. This is inside my server. If you can see, this is inside my server. Now I want to run this. Before that, let me change this connection strings into it. Vi config.py, and here we have endpoint of the database. My application should talk with the database, right? So how come it is going to know that this guy has created database for me? So it has to maintain some string, right? Yes or no? Okay. So username admin, password is my password. And coming to this bucket name. What is a bucket name? What is a bucket name? So this is the bucket name. Bucket name is my EMP app 2023. Paste it. So in which region it is? AP South 1, which is means Mumbai. Escape, shift colon, WQ, exclamation mark. Okay. Now my code is done. Sudo Python 3.py. Now the application is running. Let's see. Go to my instance. Take the IP address. Paste here. It's open. Okay. Now let me give one ID. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's give first name as Rajini and last name as DevOps. Okay. Primary skill is Cloud DevOps. Location is Hyderabad. and file. So let me open any file like this. Okay. Update database. It's telling that unable to locate credentials. What happening? My server is talking with the database. Okay. My server is going to talk with the database. This is backend. Now, there is no proper permissions to it in the cloud. Let me give that. Okay. For that, we have a separate class, how the permission should be provided and all. Don't worry now. Let me go here, actions, security groups, role, and let me apply update role. And try to access this IP address, fill your informations in your browsers. Online people also, I'm posting this IP address on the chat. Access this IP address, fill your information. You filled already. Huh? No, only give IP address. Don't give add EMP last. Three dot 6.91.121. That's it. Enter in your Chrome URL. Enter it. Successful. How many of you got successful? Got successful? Is it giving reply to your right output? Online people, how many of you got successful code? Successful? I'll tell you how many of you successful also, because I want to see as a database here. I don't know how many people in a day they will going to use. Let me connect to the server again. Unable to type anything. No, it is going to give you, it is going to handle the handlers. Just see, refresh and see it again. Connect to the server again in a separate CMD. So this is right now. How many members are accessing? See, the gate with 1, 2, 3 has been done. One guy is having IP address of 152.58.196.89 with his ISP, his mobile. And another guy is accessing from 205.254.168.240. And another one is accessing 165.225.61.20. And see. Okay. These many people are uploaded files now. See. And another one is 150. There is an error occurred, duplicate entry. So you have the guy with 157.58 IP address. One person is entered double time by refreshing it, keeping the same information. So it is not going to take because I've not provided for it. Try with fresh information again. Now done. One more person, 106.220.114.79. Application is recording your entries. See, data inserted inside MySQL RDS, uploading image to S3. Here you can see, right, this line. Okay. Can we see the information? Done, right, everyone? Done? Okay. Let's see the information. Let me go to here. I would like to access because I don't want to break this connection. Now let me go to my SQL -H endpoint -U admin -P password. Use employee database. Now let me take this. I would like to list the information from this table, database table. For Yogesh, Raju, Bandi, Adil, Kumar, Asha, AK, First, Misala, Gaurav, Rohit, Rajni. See, first I have done, right? DevOps. Pawan, Prem, Aditya, Rajesh, Payal, Pawan, yes, Tatta, Nagasatish. So all your information is storing in the database like this. Did I given before information? No, right? With application, it is going to record your things. It is successfully registering your data inside the application. So this is how the connections with work with application front end to the back side. Now, many people, all of you uploaded images, any images, your profile photo or something. Where it is going to store? It is going to store in my storage account, S3. Let me see in my S3. Nothing is I'm able to see. Let me refresh this. I have all the files. See, let me download second file. Who has uploaded this one? Let me download this. Download it. Open this one. Open with Firefox. Not able to handle the browser case. Open with Microsoft Edge. Not there. Acrobat. It's not supporting. Let's take another image. My system is not supporting to open it. Bucket. Let's go third one, or let's go to open also. Firefox should open this. He has uploaded the same screenshot. Same screenshot. One is uploaded. Who has uploaded this same screenshot from Zoom? Let me go to another one. Let's go to the last one. Last one who has uploaded this one. Firefox. Last one. This picture one. If you see from our database, who is the last guy? Nagasatish. Vijayawada. 7388383338. 9399. 9399. This one, Rohit Kumar. Rohit Kumar is uploaded that picture. How the mapping is happening? Yeah. Okay. So your picture is 383. Naga Satish to find 383. If I give -f 383. So this is your picture. 7383883 image. Okay. So like this, the mapping going to happen. Your information is going to store in database. Getting clarity, right? How application will work. Under this same application, many things are going to be involved. Okay. If it is a microservice, monolithic, okay. The basis we deployed on the AWS, right? How I configured the same wise, the architecture already existed, configured by an architect or your senior engineer. So you are going to work on it. Otherwise, sometimes you have to create it. Okay. So like this, company applications are deployed over there. We are going to work on this application. Okay. Already application is deployed over there, but we have to work on always. If I done something update in the code, next I have to deploy it. Users has to use it like how you are using. In the same pattern, the application should be available in the production. For that, we are going to work on it on this application with the cloud and DevOps tools. So to update this all, I have downloaded, I have installed, right? I have installed SQL things, I have installed Python, I have run Git clone, I'm running this one, and I'm entering this. This is all going to be do automated by tool. That's called CI/CD. Okay. We are going to do that on this application to automate this process. So Rohit Kumar, can we save my name too? As we have saved with employee ID, right? Yeah, you can save it with your name also. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, we can give it. So here we can only give in few web portals. You will able to see, hey, only upload 1028 into 496 image only, JPG image format only. So that is going to written by the developer in the code. Okay. So this is going to be in presenting in the browser. When a user interacting with you, if he uploaded only JPG extension file, accept it. Otherwise, decline it. So you'll get an error at that time. So developer can apply those restrictions, whatever you want, because we are not going to write the code. We're just only here to deploy, operate. Okay. Did I write in code? No. We just what we have done, we deployed and we operated to access in the browser. So this is our job. Okay. In coming classes, we're adding more masala and vegetables to it. Okay. Now in this storage, if you can take Azure, or if it is on premises, we call it as FTP or SFTP. Okay. Inside the Azure blob storages or container storages. Inside Google, it is cloud storage, Google Cloud Storage, GCS. In AWS, it is S3. Okay. But databases in all three clouds, database only, RDS. In this diagram, what I have done, I just created one more subnet, right? And I gave an database. I connected this to Access. So this is, here it is coming like this only, right? Here it is going to database and it is pulling data and it is presenting you as a successful. Okay, right or wrong? The connection is going. This is how your net banking also going to work. Yes, we are not created. We given to automatically create because it is going to maintain high availability. The thing is, first when I'm creating this, I took only one data center. So database minimum requirement is take 2 data centers. If one of the data center down, it is work on another data center. DB is a crucial point, right? So critical. They're not going to take any risk on it. So itself, the mechanism will work like that. If you have 2 data centers only, it will create. Yeah, I'll provide you Git link also in Telegram channel. And one more. So who are all not done registrations, please do it. From tomorrow, the link is going to change. And we are going more deeper into the classes with general use cases. Okay. And you can reach out to Srikanth on this number. Whatever you have questions, he will help you out. Now, what I want to, okay. Akash, hi sir, good morning. This is my first class, so I want to know the duration of this course. 60 days duration. Sushma, today's session was fast paced and I couldn't keep up because it was too much information to comprehend and many new technical terms. No. Just I'm showing this for to understand the architecture. So we are going more in each class on each topic. So that is our syllabus. First, I'm trying to show you the base, architecture, sample, where you're going to work, what is the use of cloud. In demo, we have discussed, right? Why an application need to move to the cloud. I moved now, I deployed. Now I have to do continuous improvisations on the same application. So how it is going to work. So I would like to just show you how it is going to work. In coming classes, we are going to uh, tear it and we will see each piece, how it is going to work, how we automate it. Okay. How to create server or instances. So if you see yesterday's class, you'll be having the creation process.